Happy New Year everyone, welcome back to the channel. And again, we want to look at this beautiful tiny weaving, and this time around is not just a straight all back, but this one she did curves and they are very neat. Like I used to tell you guys, if you want to achieve this look, make sure your hair is well relaxed. Tiny weaving, we all know, is the micro weaving or tiny hairstyle, whichever one you want to say, or micro twist, but this is a combination of micro weaving and micro twist behind. It is usually neat, and it's kind of a low profile weaving technique, which is very small, closely spaced. In fact, at some point you would not be seeing the space again, especially if the person has a very thick hair. Okay, and the braids are tiny, which makes the installation looks flatter and more natural than the regular. If you do not look at the person closely, you would think they actually packed their hair. For this person's case, she styled it, so you will quickly notice, but you'll be wondering, how did she do it? Is it that they did cuttings, or was it just patterns that made it look unique? Before you definitely come close and see that it is tiny weaving. That is how confusing tiny weaving can be. But this hairstyle, I tell you, it stay for months. If you do not have time to take it down, it will still keep looking neat, so long as you have the remedy for the maintenance, which is your gel. Yes, your gel. And what makes this hairstyle special? The neatness of this hair makes it special. The natural look makes it special. It mimics your own natural hair, especially if it is done straightforward. And the lightweight of this hair, it is usually lightweight. When you do it, you don't feel like you made any hair. It is not painful. People that say it's painful, you'll be like you can't sleep. It is not. This hair is not usually painful, especially when you get a good hand. And this lady, this is their own specialty. And again, let me remind you that tiny weaving is long lasting, more than 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. This hair can be on you, so long as you're maintaining the hair with the gel and you are washing it. Okay, so if you want a protective style without bulky braids, without heaviness, you can go for tiny weaving. If you want to look natural and still classy, you can go for tiny weaving. If you just want to change your look different for this new year 2026, you can go for tiny weaving. Can you see the end result of this particular tiny weaving? I tell you, this hair is not painful if you get a good hand. And definitely there is this skill. This person has to be a skilled person that actually loves what they are doing, because I kid you not, tiny weaving takes a whole lot of time. This is the end of this particular tiny weaving. I hope you love it and you enjoy it. The next one is your eyebrow shaping. Now, this is a eyebrow shaping, also known as microblading, which is a semi-permanent eyebrow enhancement technique. This micro shaping stays as long as 2 years, 3 years, after which you come to renew it again. This one is very neat. This one is very neat. And if you really want to do this, I think you should go for a good hand, because not everybody knows how to do this. And this thing, I would not say is not painful, even though they use numbing creams. I've heard a lot of people say it is painful, and so since 80% of people are saying it is painful, that means it is painful. But the most annoying and painful part, if you did not get an expert to make this microblading for you, they are going to actually do rubbish, and by the time you want to go and reshape it, you would start regretting, because it is not an easy journey. This technique is used to create fuller, well-defined, natural-looking brows. It involves using a small handheld tool, like what you're seeing, with ultra-fine needles to deposit pigment into the upper layer of the skin, mimicking real eyebrow hair strokes. That's what she's doing right now. What does it do? It fills in uneven brows, divine brow shape and symmetry. It creates hair-like strokes that looks natural. Did you see that? It enhances facial features without daily makeup. So if you're the type that loves your eyebrow you love it well arranged, but you do not like using your pencil all the time, this is for you. Now, to this shuku, I want us to hear from the lady herself. This is why I tell you guys that shuku is not a joke, and let us hear from her herself.
Has a lot of designs, and my stylist likes to define your hair and bring out the parts before she actually starts braiding. My stylist started braiding with the right side of my hair. It was not painful, it was not mild, it was just in between, something you can bear as a grown-up. But when she went to the left side of my hair, oh my Jesus Christ, I have felt pain in my life, but that pain was a discovery. I felt like it was going straight to my brain. I have never felt the amount of pain I felt in this shuku in any hair I have ever made, and I'm honestly not exaggerating. Now, for my extensions, I used 3.5 packs of this slush attachment and 1 pack of this forever curls from Expression. I finished all my attachments, but I think I have about half of this curls remaining. When we finished the front, I felt a lot of relief. I ate, I was on my phone for a while. I even walked around a bit because I know that the back was going to be more painful than the front. But shockingly, the back was not as painful as the front. Now, my only issue was the discomfort. There's this ache I have on my back. So when I bend in an uncomfortable position, the ache is just a lot. So I think the ache was, more painful than the hair itself, or the ache just distracted me from the pain of the hair. All the girls on TikTok are bringing out curls in front of their shuku, but I'm not really a front curls person, so it took me a while to decide if I wanted curls or not. But at the end of the day, I said no curls. Anyway, this is the final result, and this hair is very clean, very long, and very pretty. Do I like it? Yes. Does it fit me? Yes. Will I do it again? Never.
Who else wants to run away from shuku like me and this lady? Let me know in the comment section. Bye. See you next time.